guys. I'm listening. I hear a vehicle. I think it's a plane. I left the house this morning about 3 hours ago, and I'm in a spot. I'm trying to get to this little lake, Blue Lake. There's two of them. We have Blue Pond is a sinkhole that we go to. Blue Lake is also a sinkhole. They're in the sort of the same area, but the one I'm going to, it's I'm not sure of the miles. It's quite a ways. I went about probably 18 or 19 miles, I guess, from the house. And where the house is located, I am going west northwest, I think. Northwest or west northwest. Anyhow, I'm in a section of woods. I pulled it up on my map, on my hunting app, and it's not showing. It's not a private land. Investors have it. A group of investors own the land. But when I tried to research it to see if it's hunting land, I checked it last year, and there's no information. People are hunting on it. I did find a ground blind, 2 ladder stands, old ladder stands, and but I found a few game cameras that were functioning, that were working. It sounds like a helicopter. But anyhow, this is planted pines. These are long leaf. No, these are short leaf. I never even looked up in here. I don't know why. Yeah, these are short leaf pines, sand pine. And they're in rows, but I'm going to check it out. We are going to try to hunt it this year. So I have the four-wheeler. The four-wheeler's back that way. I'm guessing I am, oh Lord, maybe a quarter of a mile from the four-wheeler. I'm a pretty good ways in here. But the land is tapering downhill, like there's a lake or something down here. I haven't been in it this far. The trail where I come in, I believe it's that direction, and the trail sort of goes around the edge of it. If you pull it up on a map, it goes around the edge, and then there's a property line, and the property that's on the west side of it, all of that's private. It's owned by a corporation. It's hundreds and hundreds of acres, but it's private. It is posted. The trail is on the property line, but it's on this side. There's no posted signs anywhere. There's parking areas. We're not parking lots. It's just in the timber like this, and there's a 2 trail that goes through it. And you can see where they cut some of the pines out to make an area to pull a pickup truck in, a park, to get off the trail so they're not blocking the trail. There's several of them. I come down the trail, and then I turned into the property, and I've got the four-wheeler. It's behind a bunch of the Yopon holly. I don't see any that I could point out. There's one way back over there. There's a little one right here, but anyhow, we get walking back there. I'll point one out if I remember and show you, but it's just it may have 24 stalks like this coming out of the ground, and it's little tiny leaves and berries that it'll produce. They're not edible, but it gets real thick, and it'll take over a property really quick. You have to pull that up by the roots. If you cut it off ground level, it comes back. And landowners hate it. We like it. The goats eat it. We can put goats on it, then take them off of it, and in a few weeks it's all grown back, and we can put them back on it, and they love it. I guess I suppose it's good for them. I don't know. It's not poisonous. But anyhow, I put the four-wheeler, sort of backed it up in that stuff because the four-wheeler's red, and I've got my scent-proof, waterproof bag with me because we have rain coming. Rain's all around us. They're just small little storms. They're not big. But I've got my wallet and my camera gear, all my stuff that I don't want wet is in my backpack, and I put that backpack in that bag. And that bag is by New View Hunting, for our hunters out there and outdoorsmen. If you get a minute, check out New View Hunting's website, newviewhunting.com. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description. We're working on a partnership with them. They're an amazing company. I've spoken with who I believe is the owner, and just an all-out, he's an awesome guy, really, really good guy. They got cameras, they got ground blinds, they got tons of hunting equipment, they have fishing stuff, not rods and reels, but they have like cutlery sets for cleaning your game, cleaning your fish. They have stuff like that. But anyhow, I'm gonna get moving. I found this stump's got a hole in it, and it was just the right diameter that my camera stick fit right in it. So I got it mounted in it, using it as like a tripod or a monopod. But I'm gonna get moving. It's got where I'm at is really feeling, it feels creepy. It just feels really, really creepy in here. This whole way that I walked, it's felt fine. I've come across a lot of trees that are bent and broken. There's areas where trees are broke off. I don't really see any right here where I'm at. There's one right back here. But anyway, we're gonna go for a walk. I've got my my chest mount is in my cargo pocket, so I'm gonna put that on, and I'll probably put the camera on my chest in a minute to free my hands up. I am armed in the event a wild pig, coyote, bear, something gets after me. I am armed to protect myself. Anyway, hope y'all have a good day, and thank you for hanging out with me. We're going for a walk, and then we're going to get back and try to make it over to Blue Lake if I can find it. I've gotten to it from here before. I'm just not sure. The route that I'm taking is a little different than the way I went the first time. I've only been there one time coming from this direction, so I'll have to stop a few times and pull my map up once I get back on the four-wheeler. I just seen an animal move back there. It's small. I don't know what it is. Gray color. It's little. Maybe a raccoon. But anyway, let's get going. Having to watch for snakes, guys. I've got I'm wearing my ACDSF yellow work boots. These things are so comfortable. I could go for days, but they're not snake boots, so I'm trying to keep my eyes open for snakes. If you see or hear anything that I don't mention in this video, please let me know, you guys. Please. If you could just shoot me a timestamp. And if you don't want to write an email, just write a sound and the timestamp, or a face, or whatever you think you see or you do see. That's a pretty tree right there. It's got berries on it. I don't know what they are. It's not blueberry. It's similar to a blueberry, but it's not a blueberry. There's some that are black up there too. Right. These little pines right here, normally your deer come in here, your bucks, and they'll pick one out and they'll start rubbing it. checking things out. We got, oh, there's that tree right there, and this broke, but that's most likely, I would say, that's storm damage. There's an oak right here that snapped off too, a small one. Trying to stay in the shade. It is hot. It's just really hot out. I left my water bottle on the four-wheeler. I am plotting my track on my GPS so I can find my way back. It's really pretty in here. Oh, this stuff right here, this is Yopon holly. This cluster of trees, that's Yopon. That's the stuff I was telling you about. This right here is wild persimmon, native persimmon to Florida. I'm so leery of stepping on a yellow jacket nest again. This right here is also Yopon holly, that one. There's another broken tree. That one's dead. There's a lot of broken trees right here. There's one right here. There's one right here going that way. See where it's broke right here. There's one right here broke, laying that way. There's one right, somewhere right up here. I can't see it on screen, but it's broke this way. This one right here is broke toward me. There's one at the end right here. It's broke right here. Here's the top of that one. And then this one's broke that way. Isn't that weird? Almost like something come here and just snapped them off to form like a little cover area. Get these thorns out of here. One of these things right here will poke you. This is Yopon holly right here. It's a small one. There's another tree. That's storm damage, I'm fairly certain. There's a little one broke off. That one's kind of twisted. That one's been dead for a long time. Ouch, there's a thorn. There's a nice Yopon. I like to find these when they hang way over, they'll form like a little cubby you can get in. And I'll get my ground seed in there, and then I'll put a bunch of limbs around it, and I'll use the tree as my blind. And I've had really good success. I can't even talk right. I've had great success hunting under holly trees. Sitting on the ground. Look how pretty it is out here. I'm trying to somewhat stay in the rows so I can turn around. Coming in here, the rows were going like at an angle sort of this way, and I followed them in maybe 300 or 400 yards, and then I turned and I'm following this. There was a break in the rows. They weren't all going the same way, And when I come up on that break where they were going this direction, I turned and started following them. And now I have not been up in here, so I have no idea what's here. The map is showing a small watering hole. It doesn't look to be much bigger than 20 or 30 foot. It's sort of egg-shaped, and it's right in the middle of what looks like oak trees. And it's just a small area, maybe a half-acre area with this little tiny water hole in it. And that's so it should be back up in here or back up in there, somewhere that direction. So I want to go back here. I'm going to try to circle around and check out the water hole, because if it does have water in it, it may have game trails coming down to it where the deer are coming in for water. I'm just looking for an area where I can set up, maybe hunt this year. Hopefully there's no weird stuff in here. This area just, I don't know how to explain it. It's got a really strange feeling. There's a buckrobe from last year. Small one. There's one right here. Right there. This may be a good area right here to put a blind in. I've passed 5 or 6 of them just right here close. The others were right over there. I didn't point them out because I wasn't going close enough for you to see them. I like this spot here now. See how thick it is? All these yopon hollies and these small saplings. Your bucks will come through here. They'll come through an area like this because they have plenty of cover. Once a rut starts, it doesn't matter. They'll walk out on a 6-lane highway looking for deer. Look at all the deer tracks. Holy cow. They've got this beat out. Spider web. I do like this spot. I really like this spot. I wish these trees were bigger where I could put a tree stand up in one of them. I don't want to put a tree stand up. I'd like to, but I'm afraid it would get stolen. I can't afford to replace them. This big holly right here, I bet you it's got a spot I can put my chair up under it. Right there. I can get in there with my pruners and kind of clean that up. Cut me a couple of shooting windows. Here's some little mayhaw things, wild crabapple. They turn red like an apple. It's got a broke limb. That pine fell on it right there. I'm going to see if there's any trees I can put a stand up. Chris has an old walk-on tree stand that I gave him. I bought it brand new back 25 years ago, and it was $49, and we've used it and used it. It's not a comfortable stand by any means. Well, this area here is I think this area here is going to, I think this is going to be a good spot right here. There's a big pine right there. I have some orange tape with me. I use pink, but since I'm in an area like this, I'll use the orange tape. But I'll save it on my GPS. That's a pretty little tree right there. There's a little oak right here that's closest to us, but that other bush is really pretty. Let's see if this tree's big enough for a stand. There are a lot of deer tracks. There's a trail right here. I have not seen any deer at all today. I might be able to put a stand up in this one. Maybe. There's one right there. I could probably put a stand up in. But it's in the open. This one would give me a little bit of cover, but not much. See, the rows changed direction. They're going this way now. Right over there where we came in, they were going like this angle. I didn't even notice when I crossed over into the different direction the rows are running. Hope I don't get turned around out here. That one big tree that's there is leaning. That big pond, that would be perfect to put a stand in if it were straight. That area with that little water hole should be right here somewhere. We should be close to it. I'm back quite a ways into this property. I may be getting near the center of it, but I have not seen any cameras, any trail markers, any blinds, any sign of anyone hunting back here. And back, I think the floor's that way, I believe. And back there, when I came in, that first few hundred yards, there's sign everywhere of people coming in and hunting. But I am not seeing nothing. I'm not seeing any limbs that are cut, where people have come through and cut trails. I'm not seeing anything. This thick area right here, boy, this would probably be the ticket to get in on them big boys. Deer is what I'm referring to, not the other things. There's a pretty oak tree right there. There's a buck rub. I don't know if that was this past season or not. It looks older than that. This is sort of open. It's probably going to get loud. I hear a jet. Sounds like he's really high though, so maybe if it gets too loud, I'll just turn the camera off until he passes. Let's check out this oak tree right here. There's a deer trail right here. It's going through. It's not beat out yet, but it is being traveled on for sure. See the broke limb right here? Still hanging there. That's where these deer come through right here, and they've broke that little limb off. So they have used it. They may not be using it now, but they have. There's a little pine broke off, about 6 foot up. I don't like seeing that, you guys. I know what can do that, and I want to believe that they're not here. Got a deer track here. There's one there. There's a few right there. Looks like 3 right there. There's some right there. This may be the spot. They got a lot of cover with these small pines. Let's go look at this oak tree. This whole area out here, most of it has the same basic type of trees until you get near like the rivers and the swamps. Then the type of trees that you come across, then they'll change, they'll be different. There's an old rub, that's a big one, and that tree's still alive. So that deer may still be in here, unless somebody's harvested him. Oh, this is pretty. It's all nice and open right there. Got a decent sized pine right here, but there's no cover on it. Got a ladder stand, but there's no way I could drag it this far. Not by myself, I can't. Got a short ladder stand I could probably put on that tree right there, that oak. This is really pretty right here. This is a beautiful area. That pine right there is crooked. I've got a trail camera in my bag on the floor, and I thought about bringing it, and I did not do it. I don't know why. I do some stupid stuff sometimes, like forgetting to bring my trail camera. That's one. It sounded like limbs breaking. There should not be any pigs out here, I wouldn't think. There's just not enough water. There's no creek or anything that I know of on this property. Kind of opens up back in there a little bit, back that way. Looks like it opens. Wonder why there's nobody's coming out here hunting. I mean, there's no sign of anything being cut. There's no ribbons hanging off of anything. No trail cameras. There's nothing to suggest that somebody's been out here. I haven't even seen a boot print out here in the sandy areas. There's a hole in the ground. Gopher turtle. Wondering if that little oak right there would support. I've got a 12-foot ladder stand, but it's a double ladder. I don't know if that tree would support it. It would probably move too much. That would be great. I'm gonna walk right over here. I'm gonna look back and see if I were to put a stand up in that tree or a ladder stand. I could get Chris to help me bring it out here. I wish they had thinned it out in here, because then I could bring my wagon and we could just tow it in here with a wagon. I don't see any more big oak trees out here. There's a lot of deer tracks. If you guys can make them out, the lighter areas that are in the pine straw. That's footprints, foot tracks. I could get a shot from there. I'm thinking in terms of archery. There's the oak trees right there. I'll have to trim some stuff. You have to be careful when you're going in areas like this as far as cutting like this little stuff down. You can get in a lot of trouble if you're in an area that they've got those rules in place where you're not allowed to cut. You can get in, you could have an expensive lesson learned. There's so many deer tracks in here. There's a lot of traffic in this spot for sure. A lot of deer traffic. Oh, it's open through there. Oh, you joker. He stung me. Ooh, that burns. Wish there was a tree right here we could put a stand in. Okay, let's walk down here. Look at them. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see them. Right here, there's some broken stobs like trees that are leaned up against the hole in them. This is open right here. It's all open back through. Oh, I just walked through my spider web. Big one. Oh, and I got the spider on me. Get off of me. Sorry, I do not like spiders at all. Wow, this is really pretty. There are so many deer tracks in here. Most of them are old, but they're still deer tracks. It's rained a lot out in this area, especially this past week. It's rained off and on a lot. I may have to do a ground blind over here. It'd be easier just to get up under some bushes and take a lot of this dead stuff and build a blind out of it. There just isn't, there's not a lot of cover to put anything. I like this spot. I'm gonna get over here and I'll stop the camera for a minute because I want to mark this on my GPS. This is the ones that I've been calling mayhaw. They're a wild cranberry, or crab apple, not cranberry, crab apple. For some reason they're not ripening. They're all over the ground. They're turning yellow and falling off, so they're not even making it to red. Yeah, I'm gonna mark this spot. Alright, you guys, give me a minute. I'll be right back with you. I just hung ribbon on that dead lamb right there. If you tie it around the tree, the squirrels will come up and they'll chew it off. So you tie it on the limbs, they won't go out there and chew that. Alright, I am going, I think I can put my ground seed in here somewhere and put cut a few limbs off some of the hollies, not this one, but some of these others out here, and I can make me a blind. And I got that right down that row of trees right there is open, but I'll have a lot of ground shots. All right, I am going to, we got to go this way, I believe. Let me check my map again. We've got to go that way. There. All right, I changed the view on the camera, put it on a wider view. Let me go this way. Oh, I did not spray my legs down for ticks. I forgot. Crud. There's some fresh deer tracks right here. Oh, there's a trail right there. It goes right past that dead pine right there, and it looks like there's one right there.